Refocus Gang. Welcome back to another episode of Refocus on You. I greatly appreciate the support. I hope these videos are helping someone. Make sure that you do like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Make sure that you are sharing the video on all social media outlets. Share with your family, share with your friends. All right. Today we are going to be talking about why you should not settle. In life, settling can be so easy. It's so easy to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop here, I'm gonna give up here. I say give up here because when you settle, that means you just like, forget it, I'm comfortable here, this is where I'm gonna stay. But you really should not settle in life. When you settle, that just means that you're not believing in your ability to make happen what you feel like should happen. Settling is a choice that you make out of fear. You feel like if I just stop here, I'm okay. Or maybe you feel like going any further is going to be too hard or a unattainable goal or something like that. But you should never settle in life. When you settle in life, that means you will never reach your full potential of being happy. Like, you could be so much happier if you just push yourself or drive yourself. People often say, I never thought I would be here. But in reality, you were pushing to be there. Like, even me, even now I said, like, the life I live today, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I would be living this life. But if I think about it, these were all dreams. Helping people, that was a dream of mine. So I just pushed myself to do the work in order to get to where I needed to get. A lot of people settle because, one, like I said, fear. You're afraid to fail, or you feel like you're going to let yourself down. You may be afraid of what the people around you are going to say, or you may be afraid of how people will look at you if you're different, or you may be just like comfortable where you're at. Like, I'm comfortable here. I'm used to this. This is my control area. I know here I'm in control. I know here, if this happened, I can handle this. But instead, you need to learn to step out of that comfort zone. Like, no growth happens in your comfort zone. If you've been living in the same spot or living in the same area of your life and you feel like, well, you know what? I'm good here. And you may be good there for a while, but it's always room for growth. It's always room to work on another dream. Some of us have dreams and ambitions that we may have just gave up on because we may feel like it requires too much work, or we're just afraid that, what if I don't make it? The disappointment of not making it, you feel like would hurt more than just settling. But let me be real with you. Getting older and realizing that you settle will cause you more regret. Like, I have heard so many people say, when people are about to die, oftentimes they ask them, like, what is one thing that you did, or one thing that you wish you had did in life? And a lot of people always be like, I didn't live my life to the fullest potential, or I didn't go after my goals and dreams. I didn't do what I felt like I should have done. I just stopped. And you don't want to get to the end of life and feel like, I could have did this, or I wish I had have did that. I wish I had lived this way. I wish I had pushed myself more. No, don't get that far. We have to make sure that we are pushing ourselves to our fullest potential. When you reach your fullest potential, you will be the happiest. Like, think about it. Every time you reach a goal or a new milestone in life, think about how excited you get. What if you reached your ultimate goal? How excited. Like, you will be on top of the world. Nobody will be able to tell you anything. So push yourself to get there. If you think about in life, if you look at your life's pattern, I'm pretty sure that anything that you have tried or anything that you have really put your mind to, you did it. So if you can look at your life pattern and see that, why would your goal or your next dream be any different? Push yourself. For when you settle, it kind of shows that you don't believe in you. Like, it's easy to tell people, you can do that, girl. You can do that. Push yourself. You got it. You're doing a great job. Well, how many times do we stop and tell ourselves, like, you can do this. If anybody can do it, you can do it. A lot of times we doubt ourselves more than we doubt anybody. And it should not be that way. Like, we should be able to push ourselves. Even now, like, I work on that now. If it's something that I feel like I want to do, I'll be like, you got this, you can do this. Why can't you do this? If you got this far, why can't you do that? Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. You decide your future. How much work you put in life decides your future, decides your fate. It can change your whole world. You just have to put in the work. Never settle. If you think about it, anything that you have really wanted in life, you had to fight for it. You had, like, anything that is pushing you towards your purpose, or pushing you towards your greatest potential, or pushing you towards your greatest happiness, it's gonna be tough. There are gonna be some up days, there are gonna be some down days, there are gonna be some days that you feel like, you know what, forget this, I'm done, I'm giving up. But you cannot give up. You never can give up, because it's your passion. If it's something that's nagging you in the back of your brain, like, you know you're supposed to be doing this, why aren't you doing this? A lot of times I hear people say, even me, I use me. I have a book that I wrote, and I wrote it a long time ago. It's a good book. I need to work in it a little bit, but if I had been put my fullest potential into it, the book would probably be out by now. And I get on myself about that, because I know I can do it. I know I can be an author. I know I can motivate people. I know that I could be on New York's best-selling list. I know that. But I'm holding myself back. So think about something that has been nagging you, or a dream that you feel like, you know what, I know I should be doing that. I'm just wasting time. And start working at that. Like, you're going to have the ups and downs. You're going to have the failures. Failures are lessons. You know what not to do next time. But anything worth having is worth fighting for. Anything that just won't leave you alone, won't get off your heart, won't get out your soul, like anything that you hold near and dear to you, it's something that you should continue to work on. Never give up. Sometimes we may settle because we feel like we don't deserve something. Like, we know we want it, but it comes in with the self-confidence thing. Like, sometimes we feel like I don't know if I deserve it, or I wouldn't be able to find it, or I wouldn't be able to handle it, or something like that. Or you are afraid of rejection. Don't let that deter you. Don't let that stop you. You deserve everything that you want out of life. Anything you put your mind to, anything you work towards, you deserve that. Any requirement that you want, you deserve that. And you should not settle for anything less. When you settle, that just says how you feel about yourself. That's another thing with the self-confidence. If you settle in life, that's showing that you are settling on yourself. You are giving up on yourself. You are not making people do what you require, so you are allowing it to happen to yourself. It's like, if you are conversating with a person and it feels like they are not dependable, like when you call them, maybe they don't answer all the time, and they don't call you back, they don't reply, they don't say, I'm busy, I'm gonna have to hit you back later, or they don't show up for important things in your life, and you allow that to keep happening, guess what? That's what they're gonna do. Because you are not pushing them to say, you know what, I'm not settling for this, you call me when you want to see me. No. Either you can be dependable and be around when I need you, or I don't need you at all. And you can't be afraid to say, no, we have to cut ties because this is not what I deserve. You have to make sure that you do not settle in any areas in life. That's with yourself, with someone else, in a job. Sometimes we go to jobs every day. We hate the job. But we also don't look for another job that's more fulfilling to us. Or we don't try to figure out what would be more fulfilling to us. So if you go to a job every day that you hate, and you're not trying to find another job that you would potentially love, that means you're settling. you're dealing with that. You're saying, this is what I deserve. I don't deserve to do what makes me happy. No, you have to push yourself to get to what you deserve. Stop settling in life. If you don't settle, you can do anything. You can push yourself. You would have been a millionaire by now. I love saying millionaire because I'm going to get there. But if you don't settle, or if you don't keep people in your life that you feel like are not doing what you need them to do, you would have already found your person by now, or the person that you can fight through life with. But you have to stop settling. Some people are in relationships that they don't even want to be in because they are afraid to be alone, or they are afraid that they may not meet the person that they feel like they deserve. If you are afraid, you're gonna send fearness out into the universe, and then the universe is going to send that right back. Whatever you send out is what they're going to send you back. So you just have to be bold in your expectations. I expect myself to be happy. I expect myself to reach certain goals. I expect you to do certain things for me. You have to make sure you are not settling. Look around in your life. See what areas of your life are you settling in. Is there something you could be doing better? Are there things that you are tolerating from people, places, or things that you know you would not tolerate just because? Step out of that comfort zone. When not settling, you have to make sure that you are not afraid to hold out. Like, sometimes you have to hold out. Sometimes not settling means you're lonely. Sometimes not settling means you get less sleep. Sometimes not settling means you are busier. Sometimes not settling means you can't spend no money this week. You have to decide what's more important in life. Is reaching my full potential more important than just being happy right now, and later on regretting the fact that I did not go further? Or I wasted time here. I stayed here too long. I knew it was over. I knew I should have been left that job. I knew I should have been started this project. I know if I put my mind behind this, I can get this going. But I'm just wasting my time. Don't waste your time. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Don't be afraid to do something that you've never seen people do. Don't be afraid to do stuff that you've never seen your family do. Don't be afraid to say, this is what I'm doing. I know that's what y'all doing over here, but we different over here, and I'm trying to start my own thing. I'm trying to do my own thing. Don't be afraid to say, I can't go out this week because I'm trying to purchase this product so I can start this business. You have to make sure that you are not afraid to jump out there. Not afraid to make your own path. My favorite saying is, well-behaved women rarely make history. Because people who make history, they step out of line. They do their own thing. They pave their own way. They stay in their own lane. They not trying to do your success story. They're trying to do their own. So you have to make sure, go against the grain. If it ain't work for nobody else, you may be the one. You may be the one that's supposed to create that blueprint. Don't settle. Go against the grain, girlfriend. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say or what people are going to do. Sometimes we settle because we are afraid of how people are going to receive it from us. Or we are afraid that people may not support us. People may be like, oh, look at her. I remember when. Tell you true, they going to say that regardless. Whether you make it, whether you don't make it, whether you waste your life, whether you reach your full potential, somebody is always going to have something to say. The goal is to block all of that out and do you. I've said before on my Instagram, people don't believe in you until you already made it. Then they be like, oh, I knew you could do it. No, you didn't, because you told me I couldn't. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about how people are going to look at you. Don't worry about none of that. Do you. Make your way. Pave your lane. Do what makes you happy. Don't settle in life. This week, I want you to check around yourself in all areas of your life. Figure out, what are you settling for? Are you settling behind in a relationship? Is there something about you that's making you settle? Are there some unresolved issues that you may not be healing from, or some trauma that you don't even realize you have? If you're not fully happy in your relationship, one of my biggest things is, if you don't see a future there, if you don't see yourself growing, if you feel like this person is slowing you down or are not going to line up with your life's goals, what are you there for? Think about that. If you're in your life and you know it's something that you want to do, something that you should be doing, what are you settling for? Why aren't you pushing yourself? Why aren't you sending yourself further? Why are you holding you up? You decide your future. You think about that. If you push yourself in any area in your life, I guarantee you there will be some kind of win in the end. And with anything, it's going to be hard. It's going to be days you want to give up. It's going to be days you be like, why am I doing this to myself? But trust and believe it's going to be well worth it in the end. Just push yourself. Never give up on you. Regardless of who gives up around you, never give up on you. Get out of that comfort zone. Like, my mama often used to tell me, like, you got to get out the house. In order to meet people, you got to be out the house. You can't say, oh, well, I want to meet these people, or I need new friends, or I need different people in my circle. If you never go anywhere, nobody's going to knock on your door and be like, hey, I heard that somebody says live here. No, you got to go somewhere. So in order to get anything or do anything different, you have to step out of your comfort zone. When you step out of your comfort zone, there's growth. There's lessons. There's different things that are going to help you move forward in life. So stop settling. Never settle in any areas of your life. When you get to your deathbed, your goal should be to say, I don't regret nothing. Like, I did everything. I messed up some places, but I did everything that I felt like I could do, or I should do, or I wanted to do. It's no right or wrong way to live life. You're just supposed to enjoy it and live it to the fullest. So never settle. This week, we're going to think about things we are not settling. And we're going to start fixing areas in our life that we may be settling in. Things that we may need to grow. We may need to push ourselves. We may need to get further. All right. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys really take time to think about the areas in your life that you may be settling, that you may need some growth in. And it's going to take time. With everything, it takes time, especially to come out of a place that you're comfortable in. But start making steps. Write a blueprint. Do something. Write it down in a journal. Manifest it. Write it in the future. Like, oh, I can't believe I sold my first such and such today. I can't believe I had my first speaking engagement today. Just start writing about it and start pushing yourself, motivating yourself to get to the level of life that you want to be on. We're not settling for the next decade. When 2030 come in, we got to be able to look back and be like, I'm so much further than I was 10 years ago. All right. Have a blessed day. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.